Good, everybody. It's just your neighborhood angler, MoneyBass, out here for another episode of this thing we call Bass for Cash. Now, I get out here on a weekly basis, see how many fish we can get to the boat. And of course, we're going to be out here for a good time, not a long time. I think we have about an hour and a half on the shot clock, guys. All you have to do on your end is guess the weight of the fish once they come to the boat. But of course, number one, you have to subscribe, guess the weight of the fish, and bam, just like that, you can walk away with a little cash for your pocket. And I know some of you guys need it because you haven't started your Christmas shopping yet. I want to give a big shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations. They are the ones that are making this Bass for Cash possible. One of the original sponsors, Bass for Cash, guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get things rolling. Oh, wait a minute. What was that? What is that I'm seeing over there? So basically, these fish are out deep right now, guys. And as you know, yesterday we spent some time looking for bait fish, and I was gonna see if I could pop them with a spoon. We weren't able to find the type of bait fish that I was looking for. You know, I was looking for some good numbers with bait fish, but I wasn't able to find it. So we're gonna come out here and drop a spoon down here and see if maybe these fish are down here on the bottom hanging out. We're sitting in about 35 feet of water. And let's see. What's going on, Dottie? We got Dottie tuning in. We got GL Jones in the chat. What's going on, Chef Boy? Oh, you know what I need? I need my mapping down here. Mapping and 2D is what we need. Let's see what I have set up on these shortcuts. There's mapping, but what we need is mapping in 2D. Let's keep going till we find mapping. There we go. Now my 2D doesn't look right. Let's see what's going on with these settings. All right, let's see. Make sure it's set up on the right transducer, and then we're gonna get to work. 2D, G2N, well, it's on there. All right, so let's go back out of there and make sure we're on the right transducer. Sonar. Ice fishing, no. Temperature transducer built in. That's it right there. But for some reason, my 2D is not showing up right, so we're gonna have to do without it. It would be nice if I could use it though. So it's a nice, pretty day out here, guys. See the sun shining bright? And I found out yesterday that it was the shortest day of the year was yesterday. It got dark on us kind of quick. What's going on, Tyler? All right, so take a look right here, guys. There's some fish sitting right down there. So basically from using FishXLive and the Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Clint Perry. He said, it's my birthday. Any guess on my age? Wait a minute. You know what, Clint? We were live on your birthday last year, too. And something tells me that it was 70-something. Is that right? Is it 70-something? Shout out to Clint Perry. He's like, let me come and have some fun. Fun with the money team hanging out today. Does the number start with a 7, Clint? Clint said, no, it does not. Well, then I don't remember. All right. Jam Swiffle, he said he thinks it's 70. What did he say? 47. He still put a 7 in there. Shout out to Perez Elite Fishing. He says, we out here for a good time, not a long time. All right, Perez, what you have in that live well? I heard you're out here on the lake, too. Perez, what do you have in your live well? We want to see a picture of what you got. Because I know you have something in that live well. After all, your name is Elite. Elite Fishing, right? Clint says, anyone guess gets MoneyBass memberships. Oh, my goodness. You guys see that? If you can guess the age, you get a MoneyBass membership. Oh, my goodness. But remember the thing about those memberships? He won't be able to specifically give that membership to who he wants because they have a block on that. But let's see. Dottie says 60. Brian the Fisherman, Brian says 67. I think it's something like that, guys. I think it's 67 too. Because I remember, is it 67 or 68? It's something like that, guys. All right, I'm out here playing around with these minnows right now. These minnow baits, guys. Wait a second, Brian just nailed it. Wait, what did Brian say? 67, I knew it. Okay, so I knew it would have a 7 in there. So I was good. Wait a minute, guys. Shout out to Brian. Oh, my goodness, guys. Do you see what just happened? Do you see what? I think everybody needs to say thank you, Brian. Brian came on in and guessed it right off the bat. All right, let's see. Let's see what this is right out here. All right, guys, I'm focused. Trying to see if I can see something. All right, let's hop in the chat real quick. Shout out to Clint Perry, guys. Today is Clint Perry's birthday. 67 years young. How about it, guys? And he slid right on in because Brian, the Fisherman Baker, guessed his age, which got you guys 10 gifted memberships. Now, let's see who they went to. Wasso, Zyro. We got CD240, David Eaton, Jeremiah. We got Hookset John. We got Big Mike. Who else we have? We have Rob Fox, TR5044, and Vermont Scratcher. Oh, we got Lawson Johnson. Oh, man, the list was long. Shout out to CP. Everybody put CP in the chat. Frisco says, playing with minnows. You find enough fish for that? I sure did not. Clint Perry said Frisco just ain't living right. How did Frisco miss all of that? All of it. I see one little fishy out here. Let's see. Let's see if I can get his attention. See what that is out there. Shout out to CP, guys, celebrating his birthday. Oh my goodness, they're right under the boat. Come on, buddy. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, get down there. All right. So we're out here trying some minnow fishing today, guys. Gonna see if your partner MoneyBass can make it happen. The Mass Bass Tid says, I need to catch a fish before Perez Elite Fishing. I'm about to make it happen. Just like this. Just like that. Perez Elite Fishing, are you in the chat? Is Perez Elite Fishing in the chat? All right, he's here. What do you have in the live well, Perez? What do you have in the live well, sir? We're doing a live well check. Blaster says, and I see Phil is staying far from Fisco, not even chatting to him anymore. Oh my goodness. That's kind of bad. Don't be mean to Frisco. All right. Perez says nothing yet. All right, Perez. So we're gonna see. So Perez Elite Fishing, guys, he's out on the same lake right now. So we're gonna see who can get a fish to the boat first. So he has to catch one and enter it into FishXLive before I get a fish to the boat. And he's not gonna be able to beat me because I'm about to get a fish to the boat right now. I'm gonna go ahead and make it happen quick. I'm gonna end him quick, guys. Phil said Perez got the skunk in that live well. We got Randy tuning in. All right, come on, buddy. Come on, bud. The Mass Bass Tid says I'm trying to catch crappie. These aren't crappie, sir. They're sitting in about 50 feet of water. I was trying out the minnow. Let's go back onto the spoon real quick. Let that spoon go all the way down to the bottom. So take a look at it, guys. There's my spoon falling right there. And their fish are right down here. You see that? About 50 feet of water. Midwest is tapping in. What's going on, Midwest? Good to see you. Oh, man. All right, let's see. My spoon got hooked on something. Let's see if I can shake it loose. Come on, bud. Give me my spoon back. Give me my spoon back. I gotta come in from a different angle. We got Cheetos. He says Cheetos back in the house. What's going on, Cheetos? Appreciate everybody for tuning in, guys. We're just out here trying to see if we can give away some holiday cash, help you guys out with your Christmas shopping. Big shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations. And big shout out to Clint Perry. You guys saw it. Today is Clint's birthday. So Brian says, if you gifted a membership, does it show up automatically that you are a member? Yes, it does. They will immediately have a badge next to their name. So if you see anybody such as, let's see if we have anybody in the chat that just got a badge. I don't see anybody in the chat that just got a badge. But they will have a badge next to their name. And if they're new, it'll have the letter N for new. All right, there we go. We got the spoon back. All right, so Perez is out there trying to beat me today, guys. All right, let's see. Blaster says, only your friends, Cheetos. He says, only your friend? Cheeto says, I have a hard time seeing them stuck on the bottom. Yep, it takes some getting used to be able to notice that, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be good. But they're definitely sticking on the bottom today. You know I have to make at least one cast with my handy dandy shaky head before we roll on out. So let's do that. We got Nikki back in the chat. What's going on, Nikki? Nikki, I have a challenger out here today. Perez Elite Fishing is on the lake. It says he wants revenge. So I'm going to give him a chance at some revenge. Blaster says, is Cyclops ready? Cyclops is ready, but I don't know if Cyclops is going to help me right now because I'm not seeing suspended fish. Frisco says, use a jig if they're bottom dwellers. Let's see, I did tie on a little something that I had made up. Let's do this. Let me get a cast right to where I need to be. And I think it's about right there. Was it right? Blaster says, we'll avoid the catfish and the walleye. Now, wait a minute. If I get a walleye, I think I'm going to have to get me some Louisiana hot sauce ready. Frisco said, I know a jig is not in your dangle arsenal. Oh, I have a jig on there. I have a jig ready. Actually, let me show you something that I put together, Frisco. I added it to my dangle arsenal. Oh goodness, that hook stuck right in my finger. And I can't get it out. All right. Take a look at this, Frisco. See that little crawbait that I made? See that? Let's put a little stank on it, and we're gonna throw this out here 1 or 2 times. Tom says, hey, Money, just scrolled back through comments and would like to say happy birthday to Clint. Shout out to Clint, guys. Today is Clint Perry's birthday. For anybody that is just tuning in, make sure you wish him a happy birthday as you come into the chat. He did hit you guys in the head with 10 gifted memberships. So we may see some new people hopping back in the chat. Well, not new, but people you haven't seen in a while, because once they get those gifted memberships, of course, they come into the chat and they're like, hey, what's going on with that? Nikki says, that looks like an octopus or whatever it looks like. I hear that the fish like them, so we're going to try it out and see if it's the truth. Shout out to Clint Perry. And the funny thing, so Clint, weren't you on the live last year at on this exact same day and told us it was your birthday a year ago? I know it had to be you, Clint. Perez said he just had a false bite sensation. Clint said, yes, it was me. Clint has been on here strong, guys, for a year straight. Make sure you guys tap that like button. Brian said, y'all are welcome. He says, what a lucky guess. Yep, Clint said, time flies. Man, so we've been doing this thing called Bass for Cash for quite a while. I used to do my in-studio live streams on a regular basis, but wanted to do something a little different. These are a little more fun. All right, we got hung up with my little octopus bait. Hopefully I can get it back because I only made like 2 of them. Come on, give me my bait back. Looks like we may end up losing it, guys. If we lose it, I'm not tying the other one on. Oh, there we go. We got it back. All right, let's go ahead and get moving and get a fish in the boat. This is the little bait, guys. Frisco said, leave it at the bottom. Are you telling me to break it off and leave it there, Frisco? Is that what you're saying? All right, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and move. I think Perez is out there trying to catch a fish before me, guys. So we're gonna see. So we got Perez Elite Fishing out on the lake. All right, nice and stealthy. Frisco, I went and bought some new brackets. I got some new brackets, so look at this. See that right there? It's locked in. It's locked in. Yep, the flip screen is retired. So now I actually need one of the knobs that go on the side of the units to hold them in place so I can put my other unit back on here because I actually broke that knob. Uh-oh, we got AC tuning in, ready for some action. Shout out to Phil. He says, were you doing 53 miles an hour? I didn't even look, Phil. I'll check next time, though. Shout out to AC. So AC, today is Clint Perry's birthday. Last year on this same day, we were live and Clint said, hey guys, it's my birthday. So Clint has been in the chat strong for a year, for over a year. And today is his birthday, guys. And Brian came in and guessed the right age, which is 67 years young, guys. And then Clint Perry hit the chat up with 10 gifted memberships. Big, big shout out to Clint Perry. All right, look on Bass Boat Central. Okay, I'll check it out. The Mass Bass. Tid says Humminbird sells Helix fish finder knobs for $9.99 a pair. Well, hey, that's exactly what I need. That's right in my price range. Do I wonder if they sell those at Bass Pro or Academy, someplace I can go and pick it up from without having to order it. Let's spin this thing back around. So yesterday at the end of the day, remember my trolling motor was kind of locking up on me. I don't know what was causing it, but I have an idea that it could have been some braided line was had got caught up inside of the prop area and it was causing it to lock up. We got SS Bros in the chat. We got Lee. He says, what we fishing for? We're fishing for some bass for cash. All you have to do is guess the weight of the fish once we get a fish to the boat. Nice and simple. Fishing for spotted bass today. Shout out to SS Bros says, I went ahead and subbed. All right, so now all you got to do is guess the weight of the fish and you'll be into that action. Oh my goodness, what time is it, guys? We have about an hour left on the shot clock to make something happen. Frisco said, lock up how? Basically, when I was pressing the button on here, the prop wouldn't spin, but the trolling motor would still move and everything. So what I did when I got home, I just spun the prop a little bit, and it seemed like it was kind of stuck or something. Declan says, how expensive do bass go for? SS Bro said, 1.8 pound, 1 pound, 8 ounces. We haven't even got the fish to the boat yet. Phil said, you can't guess what you don't have. He says, I'm ready. He says, I'm ready for that action. Okay, I think we're gonna get one, guys. I think we're gonna do it. I got a feeling. It's a bass right out there. Goodness, I can't cast as far as I want to though. I have a feeling it's a bass right out there that's like, hey, MoneyBass, I'm hungry. What's going on, Jason? Jason said, did you catch anything yet or are you just talking? Well, right now I'm just doing a bunch of talking. We haven't been out here that long, guys, but we're not going to be out here that long because we're just out here for a good time, not a long time. All we need to do is get a couple of fish to the boat, see if anybody can guess the weight of the fish so you can walk away with some Christmas cash. Because I know most of you probably haven't finished all your Christmas shopping yet. All right, I can't really cast that as far as I want. So that's a work in progress right there. We're gonna cast this a few more times, and then we're gonna go off into a ditch where I think a lot of the fish have moved to right now, in the ditches relating to the bottom. So that's the next move. Frisco said there's quite a few bass out there. That's right. Shout out to Brian. He says 2 were 2 pounds and 1 was 2.5 pounds. The Mass Bass. Tid says, I have been informed that one of my bass for cash fish is on back order with no clear ETA. Wait a minute, a back order? Did you place an order for a bass for cash? Because if you did, I guess I have to contact my order fulfillment center and see what's going on. What's the delay? Patricia said 3 weeks till MLF at Gunnersville. We got Fisherman 1432. He says, bro, I got skunked today. Oh, man, that's not good. But at least you got to get out there, right? Jason says, are you in Alabama? No, sir. I'm in Georgia. I'm down south, just next door, out here at Lake Lanier. I thought I heard some movement going on in this water. Out here at Lake Lanier. Tom Mick says, I've got to go. So good luck on guessing the weight today. Merry Christmas to everyone. Shout out to Tom. Good to see you back in the chat. We'll be back again. I'm out here on a weekly basis, guys. Out here having a good time, seeing what we can find. When was the last time somebody won Bass for Cash? What's today? Today is Monday. So somebody won. What day did they win? Was it Wednesday or Thursday last week? Does anybody remember what day and who it was that won? I can't remember who it was, but I remember somebody did win last week. And it was a member of the money team, so they got double the payout. Got Carl Mitchell in the chase. He says, homie, where you at? It's wintertime. That's right. It's wintertime. And it feels good out here. Take a look around. I mean, the wind isn't blowing too bad. Look at the nice scenery in the background. We're about to set the hook in a minute or two. What could be better? What could be better? Let's see. When you see something, you need to say something, and I see something. So let's make a little cast out here and see what we can see what's out there. Kablam. Did I get my cast right? Blaster says Bass for Cash is as hard as Powerball. I doubt that. I don't think somebody wins Powerball as much as they win on as many times as they win on Bass for Cash. Didn't somebody say the Powerball is up to $1 billion or something like that? Frisco said Friday you had equipment issues. What kind of equipment issues did I have on Friday? I don't remember. Shout out to Eric. Eric Jenkins in the chat says, I grew up near Lake Lanier. Too cold and windy where I am now. Yeah, it was cold out here last week. All right, let's go ahead and move again, guys. You know what? I need to move these cables around because I don't want them getting chopped up. Has anybody heard from Perez Elite Fishing? He's kind of quiet out there. Oh, you're in Colorado. I was in Colorado for a while. Some days it would be 100 degrees and then freezing and snowing on the same day. Frisco says 6.8, 6.5 million cash option. I don't know. That's not quite high enough yet, Frisco. I need a little bit more than that. Let me know when it hits a billion, then I'll hop in. I need about $1 billion for some of the things I want to buy. Can I get $1 billion, please? Can I get $1 billion on my cash app? 686 million. All right, so if you were to win the lottery, would you take the cash option or what is the monthly payout? What's the other option? Will they pay you every month or something like that? And how much would that be? What's the other option and how much is that? Once we see those two numbers, then we're going to see which option you guys would pick. Who would say just money right now? And then who would say, hey, I'm thinking long term. Let me get my billion. So Chef Boy says yearly. Carl Mitchell says, you ever heard of Fargo? I have not. Fargo, Georgia. Nope. Straight cash. So Frisco says it's 1.5 billion for 30 annual payments. And what do the annual payments come out to? I need to know how much I'm making a year to see if I'd want my money up front. Chef Boy says he'll take his payout over 30 years. How much is it per year? That's what I want to know. So I can make an educated decision. It's always good to make an educated decision, right? Clint Perry says, I would want to be anonymous. I'm pretty sure you would, but I don't think they would let you. They would say, that's CP the General right there walking around with $1 billion in his pocket. Then Dottie would be like, hey, Clint. Hey, Clint, how you doing? All right, Frisco said, take cash. If you die, money stops annual. Oh, my goodness. That doesn't sound good. But, I mean, you can't spend it if you don't have it, right? But so I guess some people think about the family and friends. Carl Mitchell says, I want all my money. Mass Bass Tid says Lake Lanier is approximately 264 miles away from where you're at. Okay. Come on, bud. Don't tempt. Okay, there we go. We got it. Chef Boy says, I think 50 million. Chef Boy says 50 a year. 50 million a year. Frisco said 50 million a year. Is that enough for a year, guys? Only 50 million a year? What do you think? Would you be happy with 50 million a year? $50 million. Sounds like a nice little payday. Brian says, I would go to Bass Pro Shop in Macon and get that Ranger boat they have there in the showroom. Oh, goodness. That's what you would do with your $686 million? Frisco says they don't let anonymous winners anymore, nor can you use a trust like they used to. Oh, man. As this bro says, come on, man. He's like, catch a fish. We don't want to hear about you winning $686 million. Carl says, hell no, bro. Do me like Anthony Edwards. Uh-oh, did I feel a tappy tap, guys? Or was that me bouncing around laughing too much? Lee says, come on, little fishes. I was playing around, guys. I think I had a tappy tap. I think I did have a tappy tap. Oh, my goodness. Guys, I thought I had a tappy tap. I had to go ahead and set it anyway. I had to go ahead and try to knock that mouthpiece off. Shout out to Pure Alaska. He said that wasn't a tap. That was just another rock. Ah, come on, Pure Alaska. That wasn't a rock. That rock had a mouth. Did the rock have a mouth? What kind of rock has a mouth, guys? If there's a rock that has a mouth, then it could have been a rock. Does anybody know what kind of rock has a mouth? Can somebody tell me, please, what kind of rock has a mouth? Shout out to Waves. He got it. A rock bass. It was a rock bass, Pure Alaska. It was a rock bass. All right, we're going to put a little stank on it. We're going to go back down there. We're going to get him this time. SS Bros said he got it too, a rock bass. Chef Boy says the rock from Pokemon. All right, let's get out here and catch that rock bass. Has anybody heard from Perez Elite Fishing? He hasn't even been in the chat. All day and then some says, are they biting? Well, it looks like the rocks are biting. I don't know about the fish. At least not yet. All right, so the lottery is $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion. All right. Now, this is the question. The Mass Bass kid says, Dwayne the Johnson, the rock, could have been biting it. All right, so 1.5 billion is the, what is it called? The Powerball, guys? The Powerball payout. Now, you could choose one lump sum, and they would give you $686.5 million. Or you could take 30 payments, 30 yearly payments. Wait a minute, AC. AC, you can't come sliding in here just putting FBS in the chat like that. That's kind of disrespectful. It wasn't an FBS. It was a rock beat. It was a rock BS. All right, but so your choices are 686 million. Well, let me put some respect on it. 686.5 million. If you take the lump sum, or oh my goodness, wait a minute, that's before taxes. What? Wait a minute, I thought that was after taxes. I thought you were saying that's how much you get to take home. Oh man. Frisco said, wait a minute. So how much is it after taxes? I thought you guys gave me the numbers, the number that you would actually take home. Now I feel cheated. Playing with my money like playing with my emotions. I need all the cash funds coming to my pocket. All right, so it's 1.5 billion is what you guys are saying. But how much is it after taxes? Chef Boy says you got to pay tax when you win and later. Clint Perry says $300 million is some chump change. Who needs that chump change? Patricia said it's 1.6 billion. Frisco says after taxes is 450. Wait a minute. Now this isn't starting to, okay, hold on. So now you will get 453 million in a lump sum, or 50 million per year for 30 years. How much does that come out to? 50 times. Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, man, we got hung up again. Frisco says, I'm keeping track. All right, we hung up pretty good that time. All right, we're going to go back and hit a ditch. Oh, we came back out. We got out. All right, guys. Would you take $453 million, one lump sum payment, or would you choose to take $50 million for the next 30 years on a yearly payment of $50 million? All right, what are your choices? So if you would take the 50 million for 30, put 50 million for 30. If you want your lump sum, put 453 million. Frisco says, I don't know if I Frisco said, I ain't chancing it. He said, I ain't living right. He said, I don't know. He said, with the way I'm living, I don't know if I have 30 years. Frisco said, I don't know if I have 30 years left, so cash for me. He said, go ahead and cash me out. Dottie says she'll take a lump sum. Clint Perry says, at my age, lump sum. Shout out to Clint. Just hit 67. He said, go ahead and give me that cash so I can ball out. Let me see. Timothy Turner says, don't forget about state taxes. Most states, oh my goodness. So yeah, I think we are deducted taxes. Blaster said, give me $453 million. He said, I'll take a lump sum. Pure Alaska said lump sum. Lee said $450 million. Buy a yacht and fish every day. Timothy says, I know, but Georgia and many states have one. All right, so nobody would take the $50 million. So once you get 10 years, once you hit 10 years, you're already at $500 million. You don't think you're going to make it for 10 more years? You don't think you can hold on for 10 more years, Frisco? Frisco said, nah, partner, I ain't living right out here in these YouTube streets. Frisco like, nah, I ain't chancing it. I am not living right. Is there anybody who would take $50 million a year instead of taking the lump sum of $453 million? Anybody? Is there anybody who would do that? It doesn't look like anybody in the chat has any faith. None of y'all are living right? What's going on with that? All right, we're gonna make one more cast here, and then we're gonna take off and head to some ditches next before Perez Elite Fishing slides one in on me. Lee says, I ain't living 10 years with that money. He said, oh no. He said, he ain't gonna live right. See, some of y'all just don't need the money anyway. You're better off broke. Some of you just better off broke. Lee, it sounds like you just better off being broke. You do not need that money. He said that would lead to a faster death for him. Because he said he's not going to be living right. Patricia said the world ain't got 30 years left. Oh, my goodness. Frisco said 50 million is 32 million after taxes. Wait a minute. I thought we were given the after-tax numbers. Pure Alaska says, I got too many things up here that can unalive me to count on 10 years. Oh, no. Not the Grizzlies. Oh, we got him. Oh, no. No, wait a minute. No. Hold on, guys. This is a glitch. Everybody turn your heads away from the screen for a minute. There's nothing to see here. Nothing to see right now. There's nothing to see. There was a glitch in the system. Wait a minute. Mass AC. Wait a minute. What are y'all putting in the? No, there was a glitch. There was a glitch in my settings on the signal went out. What did you guys think that you saw for you to be putting that in the chat? There was you know how sometimes the signal goes in and out. The signal went out and it came back in and it made like a sound like you heard some drag or something like that. AC says, well, you're not living right. Wait a minute. It wasn't what you think it was. Let me get away from here before you. See, it was a glitch, guys. AC said, Midwest says, are you rock fishing again? Oh, man. Blaster knows it. Yeah, there's nothing to see here, folks. There was nothing to see here. Wait a minute. Midwest says we saw a hook set. Where'd you see a hook set at? That was a glitch in the system. You can't believe everything you see on YouTube, right? You can't believe everything you see on YouTube. AC said, are you setting hooks like Hawk? Now that right there hurts, AC. I can't believe you would say something like that. He said, are you setting hooks like Chicken Hawk? Oh my goodness. All right. I gotta come clean, guys. I have to admit something. You guys, it's gonna be hard to believe, guys, but I have to come clean and admit what it was a hook set. And I'm ashamed. I had to pack up and run away from that spot as fast as I could to get away from that sensational false bite sensation because it was egregious. I set the hook so hard and I was embarrassed. And then you guys still wanted to act like you saw it even though I asked for forgiveness. AC said it was egregious. Midwest said, I thought it was some bendation. I did too. Dottie said he almost threw his back out. I did. I was leaning back. I was leaning way back. I'm glad you guys couldn't see like the full camera view because I was leaning back. I was leaning back on that one. Phil said he was waving the people on the shoreline. We got SSB says, he says, my guess is 1.8 pounds for the next one you catch. Phil says he was waving to the people. Yeah, Frisco says, at least you didn't trip and fall out of the boat. Man, I tell you. Pure Alaska says that was snagsation. Oh, no, not the snagsation. AC said, let's bring up the chart for that hook set. AC, now that's bad right there. How are you going to pull up the bendation chart on my false bite sensation? But I will say that on the bendation scale, and I don't know if everybody in the chat knows what the bendation chart is, but on the bendation scale, it was egregious. I hooked a whale. If you can see how much bend was in that rod, it was definitely egregious. It was in beast mode. It was a full-grown humpback whale that I hooked into. That's what the bendation would say. Frederick says, I thought the bendation was real. Oh man, now that is bad. He said, I thought the bendation was real. He said, that bendation ain't real. Oh no, well actually the bendation was real. Did you see the bend? The bend was egregious. Phil said that one was higher than egregious. Midwest says, you got one more for the bloopers reel. Okay, I'll make that into a short so you guys can laugh at it. I'll do that for you. Pure Alaska says, who know that water alone could cause that much bendation? Oh, man. That's bad. I did have a tappy tap, though, guys. I did have a tap. I was just trying to knock his mouth out of socket. As somebody said yesterday, I was trying to Jake Paul him. Anybody see the Jake Paul fight? I was trying to Jake Paul him is what I was doing. Oh man, I can't believe it got me. Has anybody heard from Perez Elite Fishing? Perez Elite Fishing is going into hiding. Perez, there he goes. All right, Perez, what do you have in the live well? Because I'm about to go ahead and do you in now. I was giving you some time to get prepared, but now time is up. Clint Perry said Tyson would have won if it weren't fixed. Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about, that fight. Man, I tell you. Pure Alaska says Money has 2 rocks and a couple of lily pads in that live well. What does Frisco say? He says maybe now Jake Paul will take his ball and go home after that beatdown. So I see they're saying something about he has a broke jaw or something like that. Do you guys think that that is real, or do you think that that is fake, that he actually has a broke jaw? Do you think the broke jaw situation is real or fake? What do you guys think? Black says Jake Paul is the new Glass Joe. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Donald Brown said he thinks it's fake. Clint Perry says, oh, it's real. So how do you know that it's real? Because I've seen a bunch of fake AI clips and stuff like that out there. Let's see. Phil says, who knows what anything is real nowadays? We don't even know if you're catching real fish. Oh, no. That's right. That bendation situation didn't really happen. That was AI. Blaster says broke in 2 places. Jay says it's real, broke jaw in 2 places. Nathan says have not seen anything that looks real, all AI. Frisco says Josh Jones said he wasn't going to let him disrespect his sport. Donald Brown said all sports are rigged. Haven't you guys been keeping up with what the mob is out there doing? But so who thinks that the broke jaw situation from the fight this past weekend is real? That he really did have that his jaw really did get broke? Or do you think that that is just part of the, him hyping it up for social media? What do you guys think? All right, Clint says he does think it's real. Okay. So have you seen anything? What have you seen, Clint, that makes you think that it's real? Because right now, from everything I've seen, is that it's just fake. From the clips and everything that I've seen, I don't believe it. Phil says he probably saw him drinking soup through a straw. Blaster says we can't say until we see an authentic medical report. Clint says doctors showing pictures, but nowadays, who knows? Right, so I saw the pictures of a broke jaw, but how do you know that that is actually real, though? That that's actually his? That's what I'm kind of getting at. like the actual pictures of him that I've seen of him talking and stuff are actually AI generated images. Man, I'm not seeing bait fish. Shout out to Whipstick. He says, money, what's good? He says, I heard you had a S. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Whipstick. He said, I heard you had a FBS from hell. Why? Why is that where it came from? Why couldn't it have been a nice, friendly one? Why does it have to be that? And where did you hear this from? I don't appreciate this, AC. I wonder where Whipstick could have heard something like that from. He says it turned out to be a rock. Oh, man. I do not appreciate what I'm hearing. What's going on, Caitlin? We got Caitlin in the chat. All right, let me go out here and check this drop off. AC says, why it gotta be me? I know it was you, AC. Don't try to deny. I know it was you. Just had to go and tell on people. Lee said, them good old rocks get you every time. Whipstick says, I see y'all in the chat discussing cash. Man, your chat don't want no money. He said, y'all don't want that lotto money. All right, Whipstick, this is the question. They said the Powerball is 1.5 billion, but you can take a lump sum payout. Let's say your lump sum payout is $653 million and you get one lump sum. Or you can take a $50 million payout for the next 30 years. Which one would you take? Would you want all of your money now, or would you take the lump sum? I mean, would you take the monthly payments? We got Derek Lucas in the chat, says, where do you fish, bro? I'm out here on Lake Lanier, having a good old time. Having a good time trying to find some of these spotted bass. Whipstick said, lump sum for me, for sure. All right, Frisco says, so AC is a tattletale. Hey, did you tell on me? I think AC told on me. That's what I think happened. Come on, fishes. Phil says, see, let me see. That's why Frisco's not living right. He's telling on people. I said, Whip, we need a fish first. Got to have something to weigh. Ah, okay. Okay, Dottie. Whipstick says, he says, take that cash and the bash for cash. Tour begins worldwide. Okay. All right. We can take it worldwide. All right, Dottie. I see how it is. Let's go ahead and get a fish to the boat so Dottie will leave me alone. I can't believe she tried to embarrass me like that, just like AC. Both of them in here just talking bad about me in the chat. And then AC had to go and tell on me about my horrendous false bite sensation. I'm gonna make it into a video so anybody who didn't see it, you'll be able to see the little short clip. Once again, everybody, big shout out to Clint Perry. Today is Clint Perry's birthday, guys. He came into the chat and hit you guys up with 10 gifted memberships. So now your partner MoneyBass has to get a fish to the boat so you guys can use those gifted memberships. Hold up a second, guys. If you see something, say something. And I think you know what I'm talking about. If you see something, I need you to say something. Okay, let me see. Okay, Blaster sees something. Dottie says, I see it. Shout out to Main Girl. She says, the algorithm sent me. She said, are we fishing? Oh, yeah, we're fishing. We're doing this thing called Bass for Cash. Shout out to the algorithm. The algorithm was like, hey, Main Girl, come on out here and check out some of this Bass for Cash. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and guess the weight of the fish. And you can walk away with some Christmas cash. Help you do some Christmas shopping. We still have some time on the shot clock. Goodness gracious, I got everything tangled up down here. We still have some time left on the shot clock. She said, let's go. Wave says, I see something too. Anybody else see anything? Because you know it's mandatory. If you see something, you have to say something. If you don't see it, you may need to scroll up into the chat just a little bit. Because if you don't see it, you need to see it. Big shout out to Clint Perry. Big shout out to Clint Perry. Today is his birthday, guys, and he just hit you guys with another 5 gifted memberships. Those memberships went out to Tom Davis, the Neighborhood Hillbilly, Johnny Cushmans, BSD, I don't know those letters, and Jeffrey Huff. We got some new members of the channel in the live stream, guys. And remember, for anybody that is new, the people that you hear me refer to as the Money Team, those are the members of the channel, the people with the badges next to their name. Being a member of the channel comes with a few little privileges. One of which, you will get 2 guesses per fish once we get that fish to the boat. All right, and you get twice the payout. We got Felmar says, what is the target species for today? More than likely, we're gonna run up on a spotted bass for today. Main Girl says, I'm going to guess a bass. Whipstick says, CP, the Generous General, has stepped up and did it again. Busted 5 more in the head with gifted memberships. Thanks for the support. Big shout out to Clint Perry. Really, really appreciate it. He was on the live stream at on this exact same day last year, guys. We were live last year, same day, on Clint Perry's birthday. How about that? And look at us, back one more again. Trying to hit him in the chin with a egregious hook set. I got to make up for that hook set from earlier. Land of Misfits says just showed up. Where are we fishing? We're out here fishing on Lake Lanier, Georgia. Going after some spotted bass. Fillmore says, hey, I just subscribed. Well, good deal. You are welcome to the channel. Welcome to hang out with us for a minute. Now that you have subscribed, once I get a fish to the boat, all you have to do is guess the weight of the fish, and bam, you can walk away with a nice cash for your pocket. Bass for cash, nice and simple. Clint Perry says, hey, main girl, send me some lobster. Yeah, I think I want to put in an order for some lobster, too. All right, guys, I think this is the cash right here. I think we're going to get us something to the boat. Main girl says, you got it, Clint. She says, I'll send it out tonight. Don't you got to go catch it first, or you just keep lobster on deck, huh? You just keep them ready. She's like, oh, yeah, I got a backpack full of lobsters. Uh-oh, I think something's going to happen, guys. I can feel it. Main girl says, lobster on deck, my dude. She says, I'm right on the ocean. Oh, my goodness. She says, I stay ready. She said, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Shout out to Perez Elite Fishing. He says, guess what, money? I'm guessing, Perez, what you got? Is Perez about to say he has a fish? Let's see, guys. He says, can you take a picture for me? Can I take a picture for? Why do I need to take a picture for you? I can't take a picture of false bite sensation because I know that's what you have over there. Frisco says, uh-oh, Perez is speaking. He said Perez has something to say. We got Bass AF 817 says, what they biting on? They biting on rocks. Where's Perez Elite Fishing at? He got kind of quiet. What happened? Phil says, next time you're ready to set the hook, look at the screen to see if the thing's moving before you set it. I need some hook setting tips, huh? Main girl says, blast it. If it ain't single digits, she says it's warm. She said they don't call her main girl for nothing. All right, Perez, what you got? What happened? You got quiet on me. Do we need to look in FishXLive? Bass AF says, you got a 10-pound leader? No, sir. I'm rolling with a 12. I roll with a 12-pound leader because I throw this shaky head directly into laydowns and things that people would normally throw a Texas rig. So I up my line size just a little bit. All right, guys, we have 25 minutes left on the shot clock. 25 minutes left on the shot clock. I wanted to get out here a little earlier today so I could have at least drove around and try to find those bait fish. That's 26 minutes, Money Bass. You can do it. All right. Clint says, main girl, like and subscribe. All right, main girl, welcome to the family. Got a new subscriber in the chat. Phil, wait a minute. Phil, hold on. You're speaking too soon, Phil. Phil says he can see a skunk tail sticking out of my live well. Come on, Phil. Don't do me like that. You gotta have faith, Phil. Where's your faith? You gotta have faith in the process. See, look at the slight shake. Do you see that? Look at the slight shake. Do you see the slack in the line? Do you see you gotta have faith in the shake. Phil says, now you're gonna catch one. Oh, wait a minute. That's what happened yesterday, isn't it, Phil? Is that what happened? Maybe I need to take off and go back over there. Frisco said, Phil said the pet is on board. Come on, come on. Time is ticking. Lee says, what knot you use for connecting to mono? Well, I use, this is 20-pound high-vis yellow braid. Spool this up. See how it's bright yellow right now. So I spooled this up with 20-pound braid. Underneath this, I have some backing in there that's mono, so I don't have to use as much braid. And then I put braid on here as my main line. And right after that braid, I put 12-pound fluorocarbon for my main line. All right, I'm just waiting for that tappy tap. Man, my trolling motor just started making a sound. That probably has something to do with why it locked up. So it's probably more than just what I was thinking it was from before. Perez says, hey, Money, let me know. He says, Money, let him know about my YouTube so I can go live with you. Oh, so you want to come out here and do a live? Well, I could have done it if I had known just a little bit earlier. If I had known like 30 minutes earlier, I could have brought you out and put you on live. But Perez Elite Fishing is out here on the lake. Do you have something that you want to show to the people? Do you have a fish that you are saying you can submit? Main girl says, what's your PB, Mr. Money? Well, my personal best largemouth is 8 pounds, 7 ounces. And my PB spotted bass is 5 pounds, goodness, what was 5 pound, 11 ounces. I'm not sure about my what's the other one, smallmouth, because I haven't really caught a lot of smallmouth bass. But I would guess and say it's around that 3, probably a little under 4 on the smallmouth. Wait a minute, I see something, guys. I definitely see something. Let's see what that is. Perez Elite Fishing. Did you catch something? Manger said, noise. Oh, goodness. Frisco says, those Utrechts had a board issue a while back. Maybe yours is acting up now. Could be, but mine's about 5, almost 6 years old. So I'm thinking if it had a board issue, it probably would have came out by now, I'm guessing. Especially with as much as I come out on the lake, guys. We got Southwest Charters tuning in. What happened to Perez Elite Fishing? I thought he was going to be sending us a picture or something the way that he was talking a minute ago. After all, he is elite. Where is the elite fish? We have 11 minutes on the shot clock, guys. 11 minutes. Oh, I keep saying Southwest Charters. It's small water charters. He said, it's all good. They know I'm down here in Okeechobee. Ten minutes on the shot clock, guys. 10 minutes. Do we have any new viewers? Anybody that is new in the chat? Today is your first day checking us out. Any new viewers in the chat? Blaster said Gator Country. Jason Say says me. I'm new. Shout out to Jason J. Jason J says, I subscribed and I'll catch you on the next one. We still got 9 minutes on the shot clock, Jason. You never know what might happen. You might just stay, catch a fish, you guess the weight, and you walk away with some cash for that bass. Get you some Christmas money. Is there anybody who is still, who has not finished their Christmas shopping? Better yet, who has not started their Christmas shopping? Shout out to Main Girl. She says, hey, I'm new and I'm having a good old time off in here. Oh, I have a question for you, Main Girl. Since you're a northerner, you're up north. Do I have an accent? Does it sound like I have an accent to you? You know how they say southerners have an accent. I'm down south. I'm down here in Georgia. I'm just curious. Does it sound like I have an accent to you? Shout out to Lee. Lee says, hey, brother, I'm new too. He says, I'm new to the chat. Main Girl says, I heard Christmas was canceled. Oh, my goodness. Don't say that. You're going to hurt some feelings. Main Girl says, hey, I don't know. She said, I don't hear it. She says, I don't hear an accent. All right. She says, yes, sir, you do. So I do have an accent, huh? Let me see. Small Water Charger says, all of y'all up north, unless you're Cuban. She says, not a strong one, but I can hear it. She says, I hear a little something. We got 450 in the chat. He says, you do, but I have a DC accent. All right. A DC accent. Phil says, people in Maine have more of an accent than you do. And I'm from Pennsylvania, but I live in Northern Virginia. What's going on, Colton? We got Colton tuning in. We have 7 minutes left on the shot clock, guys. What in the heebie-jeebies is happening today? Where did the fish go? They got me out here fishing when the sun is going down. All we needed is one for somebody to win this cash for one of these bass. But the bass were like, hey, we don't feel like playing today. We are not going to act right. Man, girl said, come on, fish. Come on, fish. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with your mouthpiece? Man, I can't believe it. 2 false bite sensations and 1 tappy tap. Shout out to Lisa's watching from the UK. We're worldwide. From Georgia to Maine to the UK. We're everywhere. We have 6 minutes left on the shot clock. Can we do it? Can we catch one in the next 6 minutes? Frisco said, fish heard you were with Peter. Blaster says, so you have a slight southern accent, MoneyBass. After all, you did hail from South Carolina before you made it to GA. Goodness, Blaster, you remember too much. How did you know that? How do you know these things? All right, 5 minutes left on the shot clock. 5 minutes left on the shot clock. Am I going to catch one within these last 5 minutes? Is it going to happen? Ooh, I see what we need to do. I see what we need to do, people. Frisco said, blasted, what a smoocher. Oh, no. Oh, man. Phil said, does anybody else smell a skunk? Come on. Come on, Phil. And Frisco in here talking about what a smoocher. Oh, man. Blasted says, living right has no boundaries for Frisco. Oh, man. That is messed up, Frisco. Blasted said, you just jealous because he living right. Uh-oh, guys. We only have 3 minutes left on the shot clock. 3 minutes left. Blasted said, what you know about that? Man, maybe if I just set the hook on something, there'll just be a fish on the other end. All right, guys, let's see. Frisco said, Blasted is keeping personal notes. Phil said, I have no comment to you guys. All right, the temperatures are dropping. We have 2 minutes left on the shot clock. 2 minutes left. Two minutes left. All right, guys. We got 1.5 minutes left. Phil says, you two could fight that one out. I'm staying out of it. Oh, goodness. 1 minute left on the shot clock. Blaster says, MoneyBass, don't let the chat accuse you of snagging, even if you have to take the L. I need to hold the line, right? Just hold the line. Frisco said, Peter is proud you didn't hurt any fish lips today. Come on, Frisco. That is so messed up. Phil said, you might as well let the skunk out and let him roam around the boat. All right, guys, this is the last cast. Who has seen me catch a fish on the last cast before? This is the last cast. Do you see the angle? That was a 45-degree angle. The curvature of the line as it went across the water in a gentle splash. You know, it was kind of deceptive to the fish to make them kind of curious so that the fish should be heading over to my bait right now, wondering, what was that sound? Was that MoneyBass casting a bait out to us? Let's go take a look. And then they're going to take a sniff. It smells pretty tasty. Let's go ahead and take a bite. Now see, that is what's about to happen, guys. And then we're gonna set the hook on him. Phil says, you might as well let the skunk out of the boat and let him roam around. Oh my goodness, let him. Blaster says, dang, Frisco, I just passed Peter